There it is. Yes.
We're live. I see it.
Yes, we are.
Hey,
We're
hey,
live.
hey,
We're
hey,
live.
hey,
We're
hey,
live.
hey,
We're
hey.
live.
Oh, I'm ready.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm
So,
gonna drunk with
yeah,
you.
it's not, right, it's not up just yet. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming.
It's
I'm super
coming.
excited. Yes.
I'm
All right.
excited too.
Why are we about to get your life tonight? All right. Come into
So
the
why are
room.
you doing what you over there doing? Because I don't know what you over there doing.
No, I'm like people are coming into the room.
All right, so
Right?
people coming into the room. So while that's
Yes.
happening, I actually want to share a story. And we got to do the shout outs for those people who are watching the replay.
Okay.
I replay below. I'm so used to doing that. So today is actually a full circle moment.
Okay.
We
Really?
had our first live Q&A together in the Academy 2017.
Wow.
It was like October, November 2017. And I did a similar workshop. And at the end, we stayed on for like an hour and a half. We were on like...
Yes, I remember.
Because you told me about your new idea that you wanted to launch. And I was like, girl, let's talk it out. Let's map out this entire game plan. And this is like the week that you launched Molly Moore.
Wow.
You told me about Molly
Moore did.
Wow. In 2017. And we sat on for 2 hours and was like, okay, so what does that look like? How do we make her the Dora of financial?
Yes, I remember that.
And like, we had a whole conversation. Like, I'm taking notes, girl, because I want to do this, I want to do that. And then the fact that you actually launched Molly Moore this week, I was
that's
like,
crazy.
Full circle that I'm doing.
And I don't believe in coincidences. Like, I honestly, it's been, let me just start for some folks, but it's really been a long time coming. And honestly, what I love more than anything, what I really enjoy more than anything is I love making sure that dream catchers get what they need to truly live a richer life.
Yeah.
And so that's what today is really about. Like, if you just give me like a moment, literally, I'm just going to be sharing this video to make sure everybody can get their life tonight. So if you don't recognize the beautiful woman that's sitting in front of me, her name is Donteacia, and she is a powerhouse. And she has helped me so much in business. Y'all know that I run a several businesses, one of which is right. One of which is multi 7 figures. But Donteacia has helped me to take my business to the next level. And we're always just chit-chatting. I mean, like, and so it came up where I was asking her, like, what is she up to? And she was just telling me, sharing with me how she's really been helping people, especially women, learn how to build a 6-figure product. Yeah. And I'm like, say what now? And I was like, you can come on and do a little something for my people. And so that's what we're doing tonight. So I'm just excited. Let me know where you're from, guys, in the comments. And Donteacia, honestly, I would love for you to introduce yourself because I'm trying to share this video with all the people because dream catchers stay mad that like, I didn't know, well, tag your friend. Matter of fact, you know what? This is the perfect time. I want you to share this video. Tag your friend, tag your mama, tag your sister and them. Tell them, come on into the dream catcher room. Brother. Yes, you're about to get a lesson from someone who has helped people create amazing products. You're talking to someone who has been intimately connected with sharks from the Shark Tank and getting those products to market. I mean, like you have somebody incredibly special in front of you. And like, honestly, it's a blessing to have her here. And I believe that sharing is caring and sharing is wealth. So please, please, please don't keep this to yourself. Tag somebody you know, share with someone. It is imperative that, as many people as possible that we can get on here are here watching. So I just say all that to say, now, Donteacia, yes, if you could please introduce yourself to the people.
Yeah, so I'm Donteacia Seymore, as she stated, chief inventor and founder of Creation Nation. We are a product development company where we help inventors and innovators build their incredible ideas. We have an outrageous mission to help 1 million inventors and innovators bring their product to life in the next 5 to 7 years. And so for me to make that happen, that means getting in front of more people with incredible ideas. It doesn't matter where I am. Whenever I walk into a room and I say, hey, who in here has an idea for an invention or a product and they don't know what to do with it, 80% of the room raises their hand, right? Because we're all given these incredible ideas because we're all running into problems every day that we want to solve. And so for me, it's like, how can I empower the innovator and the inventor to not only build their product, but also keep their intellectual property so that they can actually pass that down through generations from a legacy standpoint, not give somebody 20% royalties in perpetuity, not give someone 20% of equity of their ideas. Like, how do I help them build their products really quickly, really affordably, so that they can actually get out there, launch it, and do the thing that they want to do with their life, right? So like, that's what we do essentially. I love what I do. You couldn't have told me this was where my life was going to end up, because I was in politics a few like.
No, I was right. I think I remember that.
I was running for city council. I was actually running for city council at large when I had my idea for my product. And so we have taken quite the turn on our journey to still helping and empowering people. I now just do it through innovation and product development. And I live an amazing life as a result. My daughter lives an amazing life as a result. And so I'm excited to share with you all how you can take those really, really brilliant ideas that you have. And for those who don't have an idea, because we get that, oh, I really want to be an inventor. Maxine, I talk about all the time, she's actually a dream builder. She didn't have an idea, and she watched the live 2 years ago, and she was like, she hit me up and she's like, I want to be an inventor. And I was like, I can make anybody an inventor. And we did that in 30 days. And now she has a product that's in mass production that she will be able to retire with, right?
Yes. So I want you to slow down, because I think everyone doesn't know what a dream builder is. So normally, y'all know, like, well, you might not know, but I have an online school called the Live Richer Academy. And that's where really I help you take your finances to the next level. And so that's where really I bring like these top level experts to come in to teach. Now, Donteacia has taught inside the Live Richer Academy, has been amazing. And she's speaking of Maxine, who is a dream builder. When you're a dream builder, that means you are a member of the Live Richer Academy. And she has helped. So Donteacia came on. So let's be clear about what you have in front of you, right? Who you have in front of you. She came on, taught this amazing class for the Academy. Now, Donteacia, like at the time, that was people who wanted to work with you further. How much did they pay you at that time?
So anywhere from 5 to 15,000, but our average cost was around 8,000, 8 to 10,000.
So that's what people in the Academy who wanted to dive deeper in what Donteacia paid, anywhere from $5,000 to $15,000. And Maxine is one of those people, but now Donteacia has helped her to create a product that she's going to use to retire herself. So I just want to be clear about the gift that's in front of you. That's why I said, if you have not shared this video, you are doing a disservice to your network. Share, tag your friends, because I asked her to come on to just do kind of a mini lesson so she can kind of plant a seed for those of you who are interested in building a 6-figure product. So let's get started. What does that look like?
So what does it look like? So for a couple of things, right? So let's talk about the different kinds of products, because I think that sometimes, especially with me being an invention consultant, people think that you have to have like this invention idea in order to like make a ton of money, right? And it needs to be patented, and it needs to go through all of this stuff, and then you go on Shark Tank, when really there are a lot of different ways to make money with products. There's the inventive solutions, there's the innovative products, which are just like little changes to things that already exist in the marketplace. And then there's something called white labeling. And that's what a lot of people are doing, where they take products that currently exist and then they slap their name on it, and they slap, colors and words or whatever, and they sell those products. So there's wait,
I'm gonna stop, because Donteacia, you talk fast like me.
Okay.
And so Teacher Tiffany's gonna stop every once in a while for those listening to break down the 3 ways you say that typically people bring invention to market. So let's go over them again.
So one is the invention itself. It's the inventive solution, the kinds that you can get patented because there's nothing else like it that solves that problem.
Okay.
Right. The second one is the innovative solution. It may not qualify as an invention because it's too simple, right? Like there's a lot of reasons why products don't qualify for invention status. The main one is obviousness, which means that it's the next obvious solution for someone who is an expert in that industry, right?
Okay.
And so we call those innovative solutions, right? Because there's still an improvement on something that currently exists, but they don't qualify as an invention. And then the third type is white labeling. And that's when you take a product that is currently being built in mass production already, and you just make it special colors, you put special words on it, and you put your company name on it, and it already exists, right? So you're just taking, they call it like product arbitrage, which is like it's one of those words that we kind of stay away from because it's industry specific. So white labeling just means slapping your name on top of something that already exists, right? So those are the 3 different ways you can build a product. And then there's different kinds of product types, right? So there's the novelty product types, and then there are the products that are solution-based products. So your novelty is your things that are fun and interesting, like a water gun.
Hold on,
Or
Donteacia. People are telling us that
like,
we're free. Hold on, the people are telling us that we're freezing, but I'm like, I'm in here. So are we frozen? Oh no, I don't understand.
so there's novelty, and then there's actual products that are not novelty, but they're actually solution-based products. So it just depends on what you got, there's so many different ways to build products and make money off of them. And there's so many different types of products you can build. Which is why people get so confused. Like, what do I do? Because they're not sure what category it falls under. They're not sure whether or not they can patent it or not. And they kind of get lost in the weeds of what it is and what to do, right? And so what I do is get them out of the weeds and be very clear on what it is they're doing, and then show them very clear instructions on how to build it and launch it.
Okay, awesome. And just like, I'm just looking at the comments because at one point we had frozen for a little bit. Can you break down novelty just a little bit? Because I think we were frozen during that time.
Yeah, so novelty is like just something that's for fun. Right. So novelty is like your water guns. It's your things, like I was talking about how they have this wine bottle that if you screw the top on top, there's like a glass on top of it. So you can drink directly out of the wine bottle. So like that's a novelty product. Like the Pet Rock is a novelty product. Slinky is a novelty product. Like, so there's a lot of things that are just for fun. They don't actually solve problems. But they're just for like lifestyle reasons, right? Just for fun. So those are novelty products. Yeah.
Okay. Well, y'all really, let me just take a moment to say, y'all ain't never showed up for me like this. I'm jealous. So I'll bring Donteacia on and she talked about build. Yo, legit on just one page, we've got 1,500 people watching on just one page. Another 500 hit, another 300 hit, another. Y'all be playing me because when I go live, I get a good 6 or 7, but I bring Donteacia on and you want to, okay. All right. So I love that you broke down the 3 types of products that come with building a 6-figure product. So to think outside of the box, that not all, I think most people think that they have to invent something straight from scratch. And you're like, that's not so.
It's not so. It's totally not so. But even if you did want to do it, it's actually not as difficult as it sounds. And I hope that some of the dream builders that are watching right now, that we have some people in our program, because we currently have about 200 inventors in our program, and about 25 of them actually came from the dream builders. So we got a lot of dream builders. So hopefully they're watching tonight and they can actually share with you that it's actually not as difficult as it sounds when you have the formula.
Yeah. Right? And so just for, I see some dream builders in the comments who are like, wait, she's got a class inside. Yes. Her name is Donteacia Seymore. Do you remember what the name of her class was?
I think it might have been something similar to building a 6-figure product. Yeah.
So dream builders are like, you know, like this. So she does have a class inside the academy.
2 years though since I did.
Yeah, it has. So like a lot of things have changed, but just so you know that like if you're looking, but like tonight we're just gonna dig a little bit deeper. So now that once you decide, yes, that this is the type of product I want to do novelty, I want to start from scratch, or want to improve on an existing product. Now what?
You got to ask yourself some very important questions, right? They're simple questions, but they're also important questions. And that is depending on the type of products, right? If it's a product that's solution-based, it's what is the problem I'm solving? And what is the biggest resistance to people choosing me over what they're already doing? Okay,
I like that. What is the problem that I'm solving? And what is the barrier, right? Then for people choosing me over what they're already doing. I love that. Yeah. Somebody type that. Like we it's Sunday, right? So we about to, I want call and response. What is the problem that I'm solving? Type that. Yeah. What is the resistance or what is the barrier to people choosing me over the product that they're already using? Boom.
Okay. Right, because you already have your solution, right? So if you already have your solution, you got to be like, what's the problem? Because sometimes I'll get people who I'll be like, what's the problem? And the problem will be something to where it's not deep enough for people to like inconvenience themselves by adding something else to their routine, right? And so it's like, is this a minor inconvenience where people will kind of be like, oh, well, it's okay. I'm okay with this. Or is it like, is someone saying, I really wish there was a thing for this? If you are saying to yourself, when you are anytime throughout the day, I really wish there was a solution for this. I really wish somebody would do something about this. You should be that somebody. Right? You should be the somebody to say, here's a problem I encounter every single day when I'm brushing my teeth, every single day when I'm driving to work, every single day when I'm in the office and I can't find this or I can't do this or I can't reach that. Every time you're saying that, you're validating your problem and your solution. And 9 times out of 10, there are other people that are having the same problem and nobody's solving it because everybody's waiting on somebody else to solve it. Right. And so it's like, you should be that person who actually says, I'm going to be the person to solve this, because people are waiting for your solution. They are waiting for something better. Like, especially right now in a buyer's economy, you know, they spent $65 billion during Black Friday weekend.
Wow.
$65 billion in one weekend. Like, people are spending money, and it was almost 200 billion just for like the week, like including Cyber Monday and the week following. It was over $200 billion spent on consumer goods. So people are buying solutions to make their life easier. And even if it's not just to make their life easier, sometimes it's for luxury purposes. Like it could just be the better solution to what they're already using. Right? Like the softer pillow when you're traveling.
Yes.
So the better noise canceling headphones when you're in a place that's loud all the time for work. So it could just be the better solution to a problem.
I love that. Like, so let's absorb that. Sometimes I think we have to, like, I have to invent this thing that's never been in existence before. That's not true. You might just invent a better chair. So maybe you're a nursing mom and you're like, yo, the way this chair feels, it's not comfortable for a nursing mom. If it had higher arms and this and that, it would be better. So you invent that yourself. You know, or maybe you're a teacher. And honestly, when I was a teacher, I used to have like 20 different bags. And I like, imagine if I would have said, you know what, as a teacher, I'm uniquely qualified to be like, if I had a bag that both had compartments for this and they had a strap and I could have invented a better bag specifically geared toward teachers. So I love that you most certainly can improve upon a product. You might think, well, no, I can't. Well, if you're someone who is a user of the current product that's not good, you certainly can expand upon that. Yes, I love that.
You are always the expert in your own problems. Like,
say that again.
Like, you are always the expert of your own problems. Like, no one is going to be better equipped to solve your problem than you, right? Because you're the one that's living it, breathing it, working it, walking with it, talking with it. So no one's going to be better equipped to solve their problem than you are. Now, you may not understand the technology of how to solve it. And that's where you bring in the experts, right? To help you with the technology behind the solution. But when it comes to the solution itself, nobody's better equipped to solve it than you are. Because
so let's talk about talk about some experts that I might want to reach out to. Like, what does that look like? What am I looking like if I'm needing the technology behind the type of expert, at least to start? Because I know it can be very expensive.
Yeah, so it just depends on the type of product, right? So if it's a fabric product, you're gonna look towards your seamstress, right? Your local everyday seamstress to kind of help you figure out that fabric solution. If it's a product that kind of has mechanical pieces, you want to start looking at your mechanical engineers. So if it's something that you want to make fold better or do something that moves, right? Like you fold it, flip it, whatever. That's your mechanical engineers. When you start getting into like tech, like software, you need software engineers. It just depends on the type of product, honestly. Sometimes all you need is a graphic designer and a seamstress, depending on the type of product. So some of them are like super affordable. And then there are others where you need a software engineer, a microprocessing engineer, so it just depends on the type of product. But most products, you can honestly, most of our clients who go through our program, they have their prototypes built for less than $1,500. So we show them how to do it step by step, cut out all the middlemen, go straight to the designers, go straight to the engineers, go straight to the manufacturing facilities to get prototypes. And we save them like tens of thousands of dollars. Then go into these invention help companies that are like, give me 10 grand, 15 grand, and I'll give you a market research study, a bunch of phone numbers, names, and we'll do a patent search and slap on a provisional patent. You'll pay $20,000 and you'll be no closer to building your idea started with them, right? And so for us, it's about education, information, and then the support to guide you through the process so you're not trying to figure out how to do it and you're not giving up your intellectual property to somebody.
And that's why it costs that $10,000. Because I've heard honestly that a patent can cost like $10,000, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
All of our clients, we teach them how to self-file their patents for between $65 and $200.
Wow. So did you hear what she just said? Donteacia just said that patents, because I mean, if you watch Shark Tank, you've heard that patents could be $10,000 or more for a patent. And so let's explain, well, one, what's a patent in a minute, right? But so for you to teach people how to file their own patent for how much?
Anywhere but the filing fee. It's just a filing fee. So $65 to $235.
So saving people $10,000 with education. Amazing. So So when people are like looking for help in creating their product or getting it developed, what should they look for as far as like to stay away from? Because I know that there are a lot of people out there that literally have spent tens of thousands of dollars on people that have not been helpful. So like, what's a red flag? And honestly, if y'all have not shared this, hello, press share. With your network, you'll know that like I don't bring people on a whole lot. So for me to bring someone on, that means that they are extra special. It is a treat for you. It is a favor that folks who charge $10,000 sit down with them are kind of coming and chatting with us for free. And usually stuff like this happens inside the Literature Academy. But I said no, I wanted Donteacia to come and speak to the people tonight. So share with your friends. So go ahead, Donteacia, start first.
So there's a couple of things you should look for, right? So the first thing you should look for is anyone who's asking for a percentage of your company forever, right? So that's the first thing. A lot of those companies, they're like, if you work with us, we want 20% royalties. And the language is in perpetuity, which means forever. That's what that means. So if someone is saying we want 20% of how much money you make for the rest of the life of this company, walk away. Like, I mean, don't give away 20% before you've even seen any work getting done, right? So like, that's one red flag. Another thing is to look at names, like the actual words they use. So a lot of them are invention submission companies, and you think that they're going to help you. And I'll say their names because I'm not afraid of a lawsuit because I know what they are, right? Your Davidsons, your Invent Helps, your Invent My Ideas, they're invention submission companies. So what they do is they say, well, we will submit your idea to a bunch of different companies. And if someone likes it, then we'll let you know. And then they potentially license it and build it. Less than 1% of people actually come back with a yes. And by less than one, it's like actually 0.56% of people actually get picked up. It's such a small amount, but people are spending $10, $15, and $20,000 to work with these companies. And the worst part is if you're on a payment plan and you're spending 2, 3, 4, and you're 6,000 in, they won't give you anything if you do not pay the full 10,000. If you're like, I can't go any further, they're like, well, you pretty much contract. So good day. Have a good day.
Wow.
And if you haven't paid within those 2 years, it's void. It's only good for those 2 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, these are good red flags. This is why we bring people like Dee here. So if you're having this idea, you're feeling like you want to grow something, you know that you have something special there. One, how can you save money on a patent? Two, like what are some red flags to look forward to? What else?
So I think the biggest thing is really understanding what you want to do with your product. Like, what does the end game look like? Because some people are like, oh, I just want to build this thing and license it. I don't want to actually have to sell it. I want to build this and I want to sell it and like make it a legacy. I want to build this as the first of 20 in a line of products, right? And so understanding what your vision looks like is super important. So one of the things we have all of our clients do is we have them actually write out, like identify their why, identify their goals, and identify the vision for their products. So that way, as we're working with them, we know exactly how they should be approaching things and how they should be working with the language, because some products are going to be, let me try to sell this to a larger company in the industry and license it to them. Right. And then some of it is, let me build this thing myself and then sell 10, 20, 30, 40,000 units and then build another one next to it and build a company around it. Right. So there's two different ways you can go with this. Right. So just knowing what you want it to look like and how you want this to flow. Because some people are like, I'm just looking for a side hustle. So that might be a white label situation, right? Like you don't really want to build anything new. You're looking for a side hustle. That means you want to find the most popular products out there, slap your name on it, and then put some good advertising in front of it.
It's like, is that what like people do when you see like the fashion girls doing like all their clothes and things? I mean, I know it's not really an invention, but like on Instagram, like all the IG like boutiques.
Yep.
Like, so they're literally outsourcing the clothes, putting your label on it and selling it.
And not just that, right? Because you see like earrings, like there's a lot of things that people white label, like they white label earrings, they white label special type of mugs and cups. And like, there's a lot of different things you can white label, right? So if you're just looking for a side hustle, then white labeling is the way to go, because building a product from scratch is not a side hustle. Let me just say that right now. People who build products, these are the people who want to actually build a legacy around their products. Right. And then people who white label, they just want to build maybe a successful 6-7 figure business, but they don't want it to be like they don't need the pride of saying, this is mine, that I created from scratch. This was my brilliant idea. Like, I think those are two different types of product creators, right?
It's like Kylie Jenner, right? I forget that the makeup line that she has.
Yeah.
I think it's like Makeup Forever or whatever. It's the same, right? She literally, so for you guys, so I want you to understand what white label means. It's like the makeup products that Kylie has, she did not invent this product. She did not say, this is the color, this is the pigmentation. She literally found a factory that made it. And then she white label, which means that she just put her label on it. I believe Makeup Forever uses that same factory, and people like different makeup gurus have compared it and said, this is the same thing. But people buy Kylie because of her marketing and her white labeling. Yeah. So there's nothing wrong with that. We're not here to bash Kylie, but that's a business that she's created where it's genius. She doesn't have to build anything new. Okay.
Yeah. So it just depends on what you're trying to do, right? So knowing what you want to do, how you want to do it. And most people actually do have really brilliant ideas that they want to build from scratch. Most people do. They're like, man, I got this idea I've been sitting on for like 5 years, 10 years. Like, it's crazy, like the number of years people will like tell us they've been sitting on an idea. Like she was actually also another dream builder. She had her idea for 14 years. She came to us. She had her idea like you as a preschool teacher. Yeah. She had her idea, she sat on it. She came to us, and she now is actually selling her product. Hers is the Umbrella Buddy. That's the one where if you the Umbrella Buddy.
I think I've seen it. That's she's a dream builder.
Dream builder.
That's awesome.
She found me. She's a dream builder, and like we had her ready in 7 months. Like when it came to her product. So it's just, people have these really brilliant ideas that you guys have just been sitting on because you're like, I don't know what to do with them. I don't know if it's good enough. Let me say this. I've talked to thousands and thousands of inventors. We've had ideas pitched to us a lot over the last 6 years. And I think I've only heard maybe 3 ideas where I was like, it's a no. It was only like 3. Everybody else has just really, really good ideas, but very few people actually move on them. Right. And I think that's the biggest thing, like moving on the idea, like that fear of failure and that fear of success. Cause they're like 2 sides of the same coin. Well, if I decide to move forward and I have to do this thing now, right? Yeah. It's like there's that fear associated as well. But most ideas are actually really, really good ideas. I'm always blown away by like the creative, innovative products that our clients build. And I'm just like, damn, you about to make my life real easy. Like, I'm always like, we got one that's coming out, and I'm so proud of her. She figured out a way to make the bed skirt and the bottom cover all one, so you don't have to lift the mattress up and slide the
That's genius.
It's all one thing.
Yes, and everybody hates that. That bed skirt be dusty because you're like, I'm not taking it off. Yes.
She'll be at a trade show next week selling her products.
I love that. And
hers is patented, and so it's like, when I first saw the video, I was like, oh goodness. Yeah. Girl, like I'm always like, I tell all my inventors when they drop products in the group, like, where is the link for me to buy? Like, where can I buy mine? Right. So there's all these really great ideas that people are just sitting on.
So can you share like what your connection is with Shark Tank?
Yeah, so Kevin Harrington, he is the original shark on Shark Tank. He's actually a friend and mentor. He lives here. I'm in Tampa, Florida. He actually lives here in the St. Pete, Tampa area. I, believe it or not, moved to Tampa specifically because Kevin was here.
A boss. Do you hear what she said? She moved to Tampa to pursue her dreams because Kevin was there. Keep going.
Yeah. I was actually living in Mexico, and someone introduced me to Kevin, and I had a conversation with him, and I was like, I really want to grow this innovation space, and I really want to change the way things are done in the industry. Kevin and most people at his stage, they don't actually mess with the building of the products. They're like, when you got them things built, we'll sell them. We'll get on TV and we'll sell them, we'll market them. But most people don't like dealing with the building side because it can be a lot of work, right? Yeah. And so they kind of shy away from that. But I knew that in order for me to really, really understand the industry, I needed to leave the beach, leave Mexico, Carmen. You know, I love me a rooftop pool day. I had to leave that behind, and I moved to Tampa because he was here, and I wanted to work side by side with him in his studio out in Clearwater. And so I moved to Tampa, and we became really good friends, and so we do a lot of work together.
Did you hear? Like you say, don't let her just drop that like it wasn't nothing. Did you hear the original? What do they call Mr.? No, he doesn't have a name like Mr. Wonderful.
He calls himself the original shark because he's been off now he was on for the first 4 seasons, and he got off. He's sold over $1 billion in goods. He's the founder of As Seen on TV.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's the founder.
Wow. Then, and so I just want you to like to be clear about what kind of person we have in front of you. And like, so y'all know that there's very few people that I share with y'all because one, like I always look for people who are going to be good teachers. So, you know, I used to be a teacher for 10 years and it's not, you can know a thing, but teaching a thing is a whole nother thing.
Yeah, it is.
So I know people who are smart, but they're not good teachers. So that's one. This is what I look for when I bring people to you. One, are they a good teacher? Two, obviously, do they have something amazing to bring to us, right? Like, so I'm looking for a service spirit. Like everybody knows that like people ask me to talk to you all the time. I'm like, no, I'm good. Because I'm looking for a spirit of service because I come from a spirit of service when it comes to working with y'all. And Donteacia, quite honestly, has been serving Dream Builders. And I was like, you know, let me bring her on over to this side. And three, I look for somebody who knows something I don't know. This is not something, I'm the budgetista, not the inventionista. And I was really wanting, like, I love to expand. Like, even me, I'm always learning. A good teacher is an even better student. So I love to learn. So now TC and I, we just talk on the phone and I'm learning and growing and adjusting my business. She has helped me tremendously in growing and adjusting. Just even recently, some of the advice she's giving me is going to really finally help me go from 7 figures to 8 figures. This is how genius this woman is. And then last but not least, I look for someone who passes my Lisa rule. So if those of you who know me, you know I have 4 sisters. I'm one of 5 girls, and Lisa is the baby. I actually just saw her earlier today. She's the baby, and she's a dream catcher. And I'm really, I'm really protective of her journey, even though Lisa is 30, but she's still a baby when it comes to like, she's the youngest of 5. So I always ask myself, if Lisa were to be listening, if Lisa were to be connecting, would I be okay with that? Because I'm more protective over Lisa than even my own journey. And so you have to pass the Lisa rule as well. And Donteacia blows past all of those things. So, right? So I say to say that whenever I have somebody come on, like you heard Donteacia say before, to work with her is really upwards of $10,000 to work with her. And this is like what she's literally sold inside the Literature Academy when she was in there. And, you know, I asked when she came out today if she could do a favor. And so I was like, oh, hey girl, I know you 10,000, but quite honestly, that's a lot. But not because she's not worth it. And, you know, the reason why I don't bring on a ton of people is because I don't like asking for big favors, because I know lots of times it's a one-shot deal. But we were talking, she was feeling good, and I was like, oh, yeah, can you do a favor? What you doing on Sunday? This literally just came up. And she was like, sure. And I was like, can you teach, you know, like a class during live? She said, absolutely. And I was like, and maybe you could do a little something extra. And she said, okay. So she created something especially for Dreamcatcher. She has never done this before. And she created something especially for us, so much so that it is going to be a live, like in-depth 2-hour class, right? It's going to be Thursday. So like, what's today? Today is Sunday.
So it's Thursday the 20th.
So Thursday the 20th.
Yeah.
So like, this is like it's happening on Thursday the 20th. And she's going to teach a 2-hour live in-depth class. It comes with like a worksheet.
Work guide. Yeah, it comes with your workbook. It actually comes with a list of 50 manufacturers, domestic manufacturers. Because a lot of people, when they have the idea and they got the product, they're like, well, how do I get this manufacturer? So we actually compiled a list of manufacturers as well. So it comes with the 2-hour work class, the workbook, and it's a workbook because this ain't a webinar training. This is we're going to answer questions as we go along. You guys are going to answer questions, ask me questions, and we're going to actually work through developing your product. Like, what does that look like? That outline, who do you need? What kind of product you're going to build? What does the market look like? Is it worth it? Because I think the biggest thing that people don't think about is whether or not their product's going to be profitable. They're so attached to the idea. They don't even think about the money side of things. And so
you're going to work through that.
We work through that. Like, is it profitable?
And this is some of the type of, so that workbook, is this what we get? Like, let's just say if I was your $10,000 student, is that same workbook?
It actually is the same workbook. It's condensed though, obviously.
Okay, obviously.
Because my 10,000 people work with me for 6 months.
And I'm like, and them 10,000 people are like, you better not. And so I asked her if she could do it. And I said, I'm not going to choose a price for you. I want you to come up with a special Dreamcatcher price. And she was like, you know what? Maybe I'll just do something and I'll share it with some of my newbie students. And she was like, you know what? I'm going to do it for how much? $100?
So we were doing it for $97, but I decided to put a coupon code on there
for us.
For the Dreamcatchers who are watching live, if you put in Dreamcatcher, it's 50% off.
So not only Donteacia, to work with her 6-month people, $10,000. Like I said, we actually have people who are watching that have paid that and honestly have seen the benefit. She's going to do a condensed 2-hour class on Thursday, the 20th, right?
Yes.
What time?
At 8 p.m. Eastern.
8 p.m. Eastern time, right? Yep. And so she decided she was going to make the class like available to everyone, right? And because I told her to build something for dream catchers, and she was like, okay, but let me let it open to some of my other folks too. And for them, basically it's $100. But because you are a dream catcher and you are watching as a dream catcher, we have a special code, dream catcher, all one word, 50% off. So it goes from $100 to $50. Honestly, like it
does not get cheaper than that. Like it doesn't.
Honestly, it's literally, that's a love offering. And I say that sometimes that people, when they come on here, that like, that's a love offering. And quite honestly, I told Donteacia that don't feel obligated to take on more than like, because it could be a lot to take on more than 1,000 students. That's a promise that she can make. It's 800,000 dream catchers worldwide. There's 400,000 on the Facebook group where we're live right now, and another 400,000 in a Facebook page where we're live right now. And I told her, don't feel obligated to take on more than 1,000 of us, and then another 1,000 of your people. So, and here's the thing, y'all know that I brought Nativa on. Some of y'all missed out. I brought Tila on. Some of y'all missed out, and I'm literally mad at me. And I'm like, like, so whenever I bring on someone special, because registration has to end on Tuesday. So you really have like 2 days, because Wednesday is onboarding day. So it's going to end on Tuesday, 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So you have between now and Tuesday to make a move. And we cut it honestly. And here's the thing, it actually might be sooner, because like I said, I only asked her to guarantee the first 1,000 dream catchers. Anything above that is her decision and her choice. But that was my request, just so we get like, because sometimes you guys complain to me that like you weren't able to get in whenever I bring someone on and they make something special for us. Honestly,
we gotta give them the link. So you gotta give them the link.
Oh yes, I'm sorry. So I'm posting. So here's the link. It is the number 6 figureproduct.com. The number 6 figureproduct. I'm literally posting it in the comments really quickly, 6figureproduct.com. If you are watching, if you literally look at the description of the video, I put it inside the description of the video, so you can click on it. But and someone could type it for me, the number 6figureproduct.com. 6, I'm gonna put it in here, figureproduct.com. It's product, right? With a T. Yep. Figureproduct.com. I see people are like, where do we sign up? My bad. 6. And so don't forget though, use the code, because you're gonna see that it's $100. But if you don't use the code Dreamcatcher, all one word, then
I'll refunding you them other $50. You don't pay attention, you don't follow rules.
Yes. And honestly, this is such a blessing and a gift.
That's your not following rules tax.
And so 6figureproduct.com. Someone type it in for me as well. The number 6, the word figure, product, no S, product.com. 6figureproduct.com. And so like, it's like I said, it's a 2-hour course, and we're going to take some of your questions. I see you guys have some great questions. So it's a 2-hour course. It is a workshop. Yes. So you guys are going to be doing work. So that means quiet, put the baby to sleep, feed the partner, make sure they ate. If you live in Hawaii, stay up, because it's a live class. Here's the thing. That's it. It's a live, because when I ask for such a favor like this, I try not to go too hard, because I know, one, we're never going to get a class like this at this price again. Like, the reason why this came about is that Donteacia and I were really talking about service this weekend, and she really shared, I hope you don't mind me sharing, she really shared how that she wished she could reach more people, and she knew that her $10,000 price point was really outpricing a lot of people that she wanted to help, specifically women like us. And so I said, well, girl, I got a lot of people, and I got a lot of women like us. So if you feeling sorry, what you doing on Sunday? Literally, I think, what did we decide this on Friday?
Friday, Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day. Literally, she was like, you know what? Let's do it. I was like, okay, you gonna teach her like a little mini lesson live, and you're gonna offer something for my dream catcher? She was like, okay, you pushing it, but I push always for y'all. So So
No,
here, this is some
workshop. It's going to be really good. And I want to say this because I think it's really important. Right now, we're at a time and a place where we see a lot of people say they're giving workshops and master classes, but it's a webinar, right? And they're not, they're getting some value, but they're not getting a lot of value. You guys are going to have a work guide. It's not going to be a webinar. It's going to be everybody's picture on a video screen. You're going to have your work guide that you'll be able to edit. And then we're going to work through it together. Right. And I want you 2 hours, but we're gonna stay on until all the questions are answered.
Did you hear what she said? Because it's live. That's it. Once it's done, it's done. So you're gonna take your notes. You can keep your guide, but that's it. Once it's done, there's nothing else. And here's the thing. I need you guys to woosah because I already see y'all done broke a link like we always do. And folks are like, so first of all, the discount code is Dreamcatcher, all one word. Do not forget your 50% discount. And if you're clicking the link and you're getting like a weird page, whatever, that's not abnormal. That's normal because literally, I'm like watching you guys right now. There are like nearly 2,000 people on this page, 300 people here, another 400 people here. So there are a lot of you watching, and I suspect a lot of you clicking. And I don't even know, Donteacia, you don't have to look now, but I don't know how close we are to that 1,000. So some of y'all missed out on the other ones that we dropped. And
we're about 200 right now.
Oh, see, so I don't know that by the time you wake up, we're likely to be like full. But honestly, I'm really like, so we're gonna answer some questions because I know you guys have some questions about it.
I want to answer all the questions. Let's answer the questions, girl.
Yeah, let's answer the questions. So someone asked, I'm trying to figure out one because there's so many places I'm in. Okay, the link is broken. No, just give it a moment.
Just give it a second.
Give it a moment. Woosah. I know people are like, because I get it. I've been there before. We have some time. And yeah, y'all done doing a lot. Okay, so Yasin asked, do you have to build a product or will you also cover white labeling? Good question, Yasin.
We'll cover both.
Okay.
I'm going to specifically cover both because I've been in this long enough now to know that you guys need both. 2 years ago, I only covered building the product, but there's an easier way to do it, right? And for those people who are interested, we are going to cover white labeling. White labeling isn't going to be as in-depth because it doesn't require as much in-depth conversation, but I will definitely cover it, and then how to go through that process and where to go to get some of the best products to white label, how to like figure out what products you should be white labeling, how to look at the top 10 trending products and choose from that, and then where to go and how to decide who you're going to work with to white label your products.
So again, it's Thursday the 20th. What time?
8 p.m. Eastern.
8 p.m. Eastern. Somebody typed it in, Thursday the 20th, 8 p.m. Eastern. Someone asked about Amazon and FBO and products. What does that mean? Amazon, FBO and products. They want to know about that.
That's the same thing. So that's like drop shipping, right? So that's fulfillment. So that's kind of the same thing as white labeling, but it's called drop shipping. So white labeling and drop shipping and Amazon fulfillment, that's all under the same category. So we'll talk about all of that under the same category.
All right.
Yeah.
Stacy asked, are you going to cover service? Is a service instead of building a product? Will you cover service as well as products or just products?
No, we're only focused on products. So now if you want to have a product for your service business, I think, first of all, let me say this. All service businesses should have a product. Like all service businesses should have something to sell in conjunction to
Okay.
And so figuring out what that is different for everybody. For some people, it's a book. For some people, it's actually something that makes sense for their business. But I feel like all service businesses should have a physical product, because if you don't do that, you're constantly trading time for money.
Yeah.
And you want to make sure there's another way for you to make money that doesn't require you to constantly trade time for money.
That's like even me, like y'all know I'm a service business, but guess what? I also have books.
Yeah.
You know, and so like, I have my children's book coming up, but I've always had books to go along with it. So I can speak on the stage, and then at the back of the stage, people are buying my product as well. So it's like, or just even like, I'm not gonna lie, I would say I have 5 or 6 books on Amazon, and they average me about $2,000 to $4,000 to $5,000 a month, depending on the season. And they can go as high as 5. I think maybe even one month I made $20,000 off the book because it was January. Never got multiple books. So I agree that even though I'm a heavy service business, I have products as well to help bring additional income in. So what about, so some of you guys I know are having still trouble with the link. Honestly, I would woosah, maybe try on your phone. If you're not on your phone, maybe try on your computer.
Yeah, try on your phone. I just tried it on my computer. It just came up. So
I know we're about halfway there, I'm sure, with being filled. So give it a moment, but we're going to stay on. And don't forget, it's the number 6, figureproduct.com, and use the the code Dreamcatcher.
Yes.
You know, like that part is important if you want your 50% off. So yeah, okay. So okay, keep getting server not responding and error message. Well, Jesse, just whoop, because Donteacia, can we refresh to make sure the link is working? I know people are like,
I just checked it. I just
okay,
checked it and it was working. So it's working
okay.
for me.
So it's just like, okay.
Yeah,
And no, I don't think that's going to be covered, Suzanne. Book publishing is not covered. That's not what we're.
No.
Mhm.
That's not
Okay.
that's not my ministry.
Okay. Okay. So Claire said, how would this look if someone is trying to start a business that deals with entertainment?
I don't understand the question.
Okay. So Claire, get a little clearer. So maybe Donteacia, let's get like even like real clarity on what do you mean by product? Like,
so I mean physical consumer products. So
okay.
something that you can hold in your hand, right?
Okay.
Or something that you, even if you're not holding it in your hand, it attaches to something else, right? So
Okay.
it's a physical hard good. So those are the things that we focus on.
Okay.
It's the stuff that you see if you look around, you look to your left, you look to your right? So it's all the physical things that you can actually produce. That's what we mean by a product.
Okay.
If you're talking about a product to sell as a service, that's not really the same thing, right? So
Okay.
I'm talking about physical hard products. For those who wanted to get into the different types of accessories, like whatever that is, right? Like those are products. So consumer products. And if you have your own personal invention ideas that you want to build, we're actually going to cover that as well, like how to build a product from scratch, which is my specialty, is building products from scratch. Because that's how I got into the industry, by building a product. We didn't talk about that, right? So I started because I had an idea for a product 7 years ago, built my product. It didn't take me that long because I had some really good people in my corner to build it, and then sold it, had a distribution deal that was kind of epic, and eventually sold a company. And so now I help other inventors build their products, right? So I've built products from scratch. I've now built over 127 products from scratch. So I can build a product in my sleep. I can actually build a product in 2 weeks.
Some of you guys are having a little trouble. So one, the link, but two, it's Dreamcatcher, not the S, right? Dreamcatcher.
Not the S.
All one word. Because some people are saying that you know, like, oh, my code didn't work. No space. Dreamcatcher, all one word to get your. Yeah, so it should be originally like $97 or like $100. This is what she's offering to, like, you know, she's gonna allow basically half Dreamcatchers, half the rest of the public into this class. About $1,000, you know, depending how generous she's feeling, she might feel a little bit more generous. We'll see. But, you know, but for Dreamcatchers specifically, we get 50% off. Like I said, her 6-month people are working with her. They're paying $10,000. And so, no, as far as I know, there's not going to be a replay. This is a live class because honestly, whenever I ask for a favor, it's like, this is something that, although they're getting the extended version, obviously for $10,000, just imagine getting that for 50. So we really try our best not to overextend our welcome to get the most. It's Thursday.
So what I am going to do is, now it will be a live class, but you will have 24 hours to watch that replay.
Okay.
We don't have a lifetime access replay.
Okay.
But I understand that sometimes, you know, kids and husbands, spouses work and all kinds of stuff. And then you still want the information and you don't want to miss out on this opportunity. So Thursday night, I'll probably have, you know, send out the replay on Friday morning for those who purchase, and give you until Saturday to watch it, and then we'll shut it down.
I love it. See, that's generosity. And some of you are, yes, you're being very technical. Yes, that because it's $97, half off is $48. But you know, I'm just rounding it up to 50, girl. Like, yes, it's even less. And so it's even less.
Yeah.
So thank you, thank you, Tamara. Yes, her workshop begins February 20th, 8 p.m. This is a Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and you will have 24 hours of access to the replay. So I didn't know there was going to be a replay, and I didn't want to push my luck, but I'm glad I asked, because you will have 24 hours access to the replay. But here's the thing, that Donteacia said something that's really special. She says she's teaching this class for 2 hours, but she will stay on to answer all the questions.
Yeah.
I mean, so it would behoove you to be there live if you possibly can, because you're going to have questions. And in the replay, you're not going to be able to ask questions live. You know, we can't hold Donteacia to as much as we would love to. Okay. Yeah. And so, yes, that is definitely a replay. So for those of you who are on the fence, but should I get it? If you know what, I can't watch Thursday, but I can certainly watch on Friday, then, you know, clear your schedule, put the babies to bed, and and take advantage of this like opportunity. I love when I get to bring amazing people on and they bless us with something that you might not always have access to. I don't know if you know, but here are the three key tools that I use to help transform the lives of women. First is knowledge, because when you know better, you do better. And so here you are getting knowledge that I do not know. I'm bringing in someone who knows something that we do not know. When you know better, you can elevate yourself. Second is access. This right here is everything. There are some doors that cannot be opened from the outside. I don't care how smart you are, but like somebody literally has to open the door and pull you in. Donteacia has access. I don't have access to Mr. Shark Tank. She has access. I don't have access to that knowledge. I don't know. She is literally the door. She has opened the door from the inside and is pulling us in. And the third is community. It's one of the reasons why I started Dream Catchers is because we, especially women, work best in community. So when you have knowledge, when you have access, when you have community, there's really nothing stopping you. And I try my best that whatever I bring to y'all can adhere to those three things. That's why I'm super excited that we're getting this gift tonight of, you know, something that normally costs people, although it's an extended version, $10,000, to get it for $100, and with a Dreamcatcher discount to bring it down to $48. I mean, it's just really like, today's really a special day. That's why I'm really impressing upon you that, you know, we have a guaranteed 1,000 slots, but which honestly right now, half of them are already gone. And because of the excitement, if the link is not working, woosah, give it like a moment. And two, the fact that we're getting it at such a great discount, because knowledge access community is everything. I've been doing the Budgetnista for 10 years, and I've always tried my best to bring you the best. Someone said you don't try, Tiffany, you do.
You know,
I always do.
And I am the best. Like I don't care what anyone say. People be like, oh, but what about all the shark? No one deals with people like I deal with people when it comes to building their products. And not just that, people that look like me. There's no one who's working with people that look like me, products, and giving them, allowing, because it's not allowing us to keep our intellectual property. They're not allowing us to keep our legacy. And so for me, it's more about empowering the inventors, making sure that you are able to keep your personal intellectual property, your genius. You should be the only one profiting from your genius. Not somebody sitting in a cubicle that's never met you, who doesn't know you, but just so happened to take your $10,000 and your idea popped. Right? Like they shouldn't have that kind of power over you. And then there are product development companies who help you build your products, but then even they are like, they will keep the middleman from you. So if you need to source more materials or source more fabric, you know what they'll do? They'll have the people ship it to them. They'll take it out of the box, put it in their box, and ship it to you. So you never know who your supplier is. So you constantly have to go back to them anytime you want to re-up on your supplies or anytime you want to do something different. And then you're not learning the process. So you always are dependent on them in terms of how to build the next idea. I want you to work with me to learn how to build the first idea so you can be empowered to build the next 10, 15, 20 on your own. Right? And then to share that with your family and your friends and your community. I'm one person, right? I am a conduit. Like I'm just one person. It takes, in order for me to help 1 million people, it's going to take at least 10,000 people out there doing the work with me and for me. Right. And I think
she's a warrior. I'm telling you, like, she don't play it. Like, whenever I come to her, like, I'm not sure. You know what to do. What you need to do is, you don't call Donteacia if you wanted somebody to be like, oh, baby. You call when you want to be pushed to the next level. And that's honestly like just like setting dream catchers and stuff aside for a moment. Honestly, you have blessed me in so many ways. Like I mentioned to y'all before that she's really one of the business owners I lean into when like I'm struggling and I need to make hard choices and I'm not sure what to do. I call Donteacia. Like she is one of my mentors. You might not know that, but you are one of my mentors. And I happened to reach out to her this weekend because I was struggling. And as she was pouring into
it was like 11:45 at night.
I was and she hit me back and we talked. And as we were talking, I was like, oh, this is so dope. Like she is so dope. Why can't we haven't had you in front of the peoples? And she was like, well, you know, I have been thinking like, dang, this $10,000 that I charge, although it's more than worth it, does outprice a lot of our people. And so I was like, people. Yes. And I said, well, what we
on the phone. It was painful for me. And I told you I went through a transformation. I lost my aunt to cancer in October. And one of the conversations we had was about impact. And I told her I didn't feel like I was having enough impact. And how I would have people crying, like getting off the phone because they couldn't afford to work with us. They had these brilliant amazing ideas. And I'm like, how do I, and then that's where Creation Nation was born. So we actually shut down our old company and relaunched Creation Nation January 15th, because it's like, I want to help build a nation of creators. And so that means bringing some of these price points down, not all of them, right? Because we still gonna have our $10,000 to $15,000 clients,
of course,
but doing stuff like these master classes and other smaller programs to help as many inventors as possible build their products and keep their legacy and keep their intellectual property, and empower you guys to also become me. Right? To become conduits of change and of innovation. Because I truly believe that in the next 5 to 7 years, this group of people that we cultivate, this community, will literally change how we are moving through the world with innovative solutions, right? Like there's someone watching right now who has the next best product idea. Like literally watching right now who probably will make $10 million in the next 5 years based on their idea. If they move, if they do it, right?
Yes. And that's what you're here for. And so I just want to honestly thank you for that. So we're about to wrap up. Does anybody have any other questions? I hope you were able to lock in your spot. Like I said, I can't guarantee once we get off what spots are left. I know we're darn near full. I didn't realize, I'm like, well, dang, that like how many people, I'm so glad I brought you on, because I didn't know people wanted to talk about invention. I was like, I don't know. But like, I love that, because what I'm seeing more and more in dream, because I'm always in dream catchers. I might not answer everybody's question because it's literally hundreds of thousands of y'all. But one thing I do is I listen and I watch, and I know the number one thing people post about is how do I make additional money? And so that's why I brought you on. So that way we can, this is an avenue for making additional money for yourself and your family. And so, yes, I see so many people got my spot. Hopefully, it's calmed down. For those of you, the link wasn't working. Hopefully the number 6 figureproducts.com. Do not forget your Dreamcatcher code. Donteacia and her team, typically $10,000 to work with her for 10 months, but she is creating a master. What did you say? It was a master?
It's a workshop.
A master workshop with her. It's 2 hours and then additional time to answer all of your questions afterwards. You're going to get a workbook, right?
And manufacturers.
You said a work what?
A list of manufacturers.
A workbook and a list of manufacturers. It is happening on this Thursday, February 20th, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And the blessing on top of that, because I worried, because I knew it was live, that she is going to allow for a 24-hour replay. So you will have access for 24 hours after that. Yep. So for whatever reason, if you're like, I really can't make Thursday, but I could do Friday. All right, y'all. All right. Donteacia, honestly, thank you so much. This has been such a blessing.
It was
for real.
To be here. I love talking to you.
Yes, I know. And all the things that you said, girl, when you was pushing me, I wasn't listening. At first, I was like, whatever. I don't even know why I called. Like literally, when I was like calling you, I was like, I don't even know why I called her, because she's talking crazy. I'm not doing this, and this. No.
And I definitely told you to shake it up.
Yes.
I was like, you got
to shake the table.
Shake it up.
So now this is crazy. All the things that you told me, I'm like, I'm doing this. You were absolutely right. Honestly, you are a genius.
I actually had one of my friends, Katrina, asked me, would I ever consider going back into consulting? Because all of our friends, like you all come to me and I'm like, yes, you should do. And you all have, and I'm like, no, because I feel that even though I'm good at that, I like not having to perform there and being there for you all as a friend and actually using this special talent and being there for people who don't have coaches they can turn to, right? And so she asked me that yesterday. She's like, have you ever considered going back into consulting? Because you're so good at it.
Yeah, you are.
Every day. I consult every day with my inventors. I consult them, and I couldn't imagine like walking away from this. Like,
well, I'm glad I was able to share you with my dream catchers.
It's
today.
So much fun. It's so much fun. I spend so much money buying their products.
Well, I'm glad I could share my dream catchers today. All right, y'all. Good night. I hope you got your life. I know I got mine. Thank you so much, Dee.
Thank you, girl. I appreciate you. Love you.